Okay, folks, how you doing? Well, okay. I want to talk to you about my idea with the digital copy of yourself. Okay, I see a bunch of people on the internet talking about putting the computer into their own body so they can have superhuman powers. I'm just like, you don't want to be putting technology into your body. I really believe you should go into the technology. Why should you mess with your body? We need to go into the technology and have it replicate us so that we can have multiple copies of ourselves doing jobs at the same time. Have you ever wanted to be two places at once? Have you ever wanted to go to a party at the same time you had to go to work? Have you ever wanted to have two jobs but you don't have enough time? But imagine if you had 1,000 copies of yourself. That's 24,000 hours a month, a day that you can use for working for. At a minimum, they'll pay you with 10 cents an hour. But that's just the 10 cents will cover you giving access to your information and having your digital copy go onto their website and perform whatever task they want you to do. I mean, you could have it where you could go over and answer the phone. You know, because when it first starts off, you're all gonna work for the government. You're all gonna get government private insurance, not the government America. The same government insurance that they were complaining about. They had too many options of different type of healthcare plans. Well, wouldn't that be nice? But you are gonna have best healthcare. Cause I know their healthcare is a lot better than Medicare. And this way, the blame does not go towards towards the government or the public. It goes towards the private company. They're paying your whatever it's called initiation fee or monthly service fee, and your digital copies that answer the phone at the CIA and all these different government organizations. Imagine you can be in the Congress all the time. Copies of you can go ahead and keep track of all of the House information. Why do we have? I've seen how they react when this technology comes in. They're either fanboys or they're complete nincompoops when it comes to answering and asking questions for them. But when they first see them, they're total fanboys. But then they ask some of the dumbest questions. And the general public, knowledge is power. And if we have access to the supercomputer, we can have more knowledge that will bring us more power in our own personal life. Not over other people, but you would have more power of what to do. You would know the truth about global warming. You would know the truth about the Nazi plan to take over America. You would know the truth about the communist plan to take over. you would be able to understand who was good, who was bad. You would have more insight. You would have the ultimate memory because instead of putting it in your body, you would be talking to the supercomputer through your cell phone, who has it always on voice recording device, kind of like the Amazon Echo. But you just kind of around, and instead of going to Amazon, it would go up to your personal company. And then Amazon can decide if they want you to work for a copy of you to work for them. Because then you would get an employee discount, and your digital copies would know how to order the best stuff for you, and you would just be getting random stuff showing up at your house. Because your copies of you knows what you want and understands what you're talking about. Because they always have constantly hearing you, so that you're always recorded and your copies have a good understanding of your voice and how you speak, and so they can make an accurate copy of you to go ahead and answer the phone at Amazon, do any of the basic work that doesn't require you physically being there, but it just requires you entering in the information from one form to another form and stuff like that. Your computers can do that. You'd have you have basic knowledge, plus you'd have all the high technology that comes along with the computer, because you'd be a computer, but you still have your human interactions with the computer, so they would know what you are like. Instead of you putting the computer into you, you take over the computer. I think it's a bad idea to have the computer take over you. I think it's much better idea to take over the computer. And we know the supercomputer, all of 6 or 7 doors that the CIA has, they can easily have 7 billion copies running at the same time of individual digital replicas. So every American gets 1,000 copies of themselves to spy on the government and to keep yourself safe. Why give away your private information to Amazon or LifeLog, who has a digital camera, who does not know how to keep you safe? They're just gonna go ahead, they can spy on you. You can keep your home wireless network safe, so you will know if anyone hacks into your home wireless network. You know what? They can't play pranks on you because you can backtrace the digital copies of you, can go ahead and backtrace them. And you're always at your house watching over your kids, watching over your personal belongings, your own personal security system. Why pay money to private companies when you are the private company? The government, all the government has to do is give you the access to the supercomputer. They already want to record everyone, but this way you have access to all the recording information, because it's a lot worse when you don't know the recording and they're just storing it. This way you're making money off of that information. You can choose how to sell your information to distributors. They find out you go to Starbucks every morning. They see your digital image of your cell phone walks into Starbucks every morning, and so you customers like go and visit your webpage to go on just to see how you're doing. They will go ahead and they will see a Starbucks commercial, and then you get money from Starbucks, so your next coffee is a little bit cheaper. Uh, think about the advantage we can have with a digital copy, a computer, and access where the money comes to you and not towards Facebook and the Facebook company, which is Alphabet, which is the CIA, which I mean, why are we paying for school? We have access to a public, the the supercomputer, which has all of the knowledge on there. We can have digital copies of ourselves, look up information, report it back to you, give you information so you're not relying on the mainstream media or even private media individuals who you have, even if you feel it's hard to double check all the different information you're getting. Luckily, they're some on YouTube. Some of the people go ahead and give you the information so you can look it up and stuff. We're still relying on other people and other people. Who knows what you can trust anymore? I've heard too many lies from everyone. You cannot trust them, to be honest. I mean, we got the global warming lie, we got the global freezing that might be coming. We don't know. It could be a lie, it could be the truth. Who knows? They've been promising global freezing from the 1970s. But then the global warming started to pick up, so they went along with that, and then they decided on climate change. So I could go hot or cold, and it will never be wrong. Of course the climate's gonna change. The only way to end climate change is to blow up the sun. And then you'll have a flat temperature for the whole entire known universe that we or the whole web around us is called. No more sun, no more global warming. As simple as that. And America has a lot of people, but we are doing the least amount of polluting compared to Australia. Not Australia, there's still China and Africa. I mean, most of the pollution was caused by the rich elite that go over there and just really destroy the country and pollute the air. Because it's not over here, we don't care about it. But we should really be caring about China and Africa. Because, that pollution is going to go up in the atmosphere. At least right now, China is trying to get rid of their pollution problem the satanic way. If we get rid of enough people, the pollution will go down. Okay? And you're worried about people playing God. I think playing God would be okay. You're helping God out. Right now, we play Satan. You play Satan and murder babies. You should be playing God and growing the kids in the hospital. Why play Satan and murder kids in the back alley? Play God and grow them in the hospital. Take them out of the unwanted girl and prove to them that they're not needed. Prove to them that they can go ahead and have work all their time. They have no reason to take care of the kids. They can just have it growing up in the hospital. I think of how much more money that would make for them and how much more money it would make for the companies. Think about it. If you didn't have to worry about kids, and it would screw up the whole democratic satanic pedophilia thing, because then they would not just get aborted babies to worship Moloch with. We'd be growing them in the hospital, which would totally screw up the whole plan for the Nazis to take over the world. You know, because the Democrat plan right now to get rid of the black people is already up to 15 million or so. I mean, the Nazis were at 7 million when they died, and they were socialists, just like the Democrats are socialists. I went on to, what's it called, not, not like, Wikipedia, and it said the Nazis were conservative. I'm like, how do you figure the Nazis are conservative? They were Democrats, they were dictator socialists under Adolf Hitler. The Democrats are Democrat socialists. You vote into their party one time, and you will never be able to vote out of their party. Because once they rule, they will just go ahead and make a dictatorship like the alright parents would do. If you look at what they're doing. Okay. Well, thank you all, folks. Okay, I have a good day. Bye.